Doing some rough cuts because it doesn't matter. So I think what I need to do is just shim it slightly forward. I can't use a level here because the boat is not level with the ground, it's just sitting in the trailer. I think what needs to happen, I'll cut up some shims. Man, maybe I could even use some fiberglass. I just need to shim the front slightly. I'll have epoxy and filler to help take up any space or gaps, air bubbles, etc. So I'll epoxy this down, so we'll goop up here and here. And notice the manufacturer did not make this even. I don't think there's a purpose for that. I think that's just the way it turned out in the manufacturing process. Kind of just slapped together. So I have a higher edge over on the left. So at the same time, and I'm thinking out loud, this guy needs to lift up. He needs to be stepped up a little bit, and then step up that way. So shim, shim. A lot of filler. I want to keep this channel here open. Top of my head, I don't remember what this channel is called, but it's for water, allow water to go back and forth. Mostly gonna eyeball it. This doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't need to look great. It just needs to be functional.
Alright, just going to start with the typical cleaning, a little bit of vacuuming, and that handy acetone bottle. I think I got that at maybe Harbor Freight or something. You can pump it up with an air compressor, bicycle tire, put whatever chemical you want in there. So I spray my acetone, wipe it up, got some Scotch-Brite to help clean it up. And pull out the orbital sander, random orbital sander here, just scuffing everything up. And oh yeah, the nice Makita belt sander. I think it's 1 1/8. This thing definitely comes in handy. I'm not doing any taper here, just getting it down to bare fiberglass. You see the crack there? I should have taken care of that. That's just the hull liner, not structural, but I probably should have put a piece of foam under it to help level it out, and then stop drill the crack at the end of the crack. Just do a little drill there, but it didn't do that. And we still putting down the square of the 1708 biaxial cloth, wetting the area out with some fresh resin, of course. I wish I used a larger piece of cloth. As see here, where I'm putting these shims in with the epoxy and filler, I've got them right on the edge of that fiberglass. It would have been nicer to have a larger piece of fiberglass, so that way there's not this really non-flexible, tough edge right up against the hull there. It should have had a little bit of a taper, if you will. But this area doesn't really flex much in general, so it's a thick hole, and just with that channel running in there, it's a very stiff area. So that shouldn't be an issue. I'm just gooping it up here with more epoxy and filler. And the two pieces of plywood, they were gooped together. So I put some filler in between them, put them together, and just a very thin layer, mushed them together, and then now we've got that mushed on down. All the seams here it's a fillet seam or fillet edge, rather than a 90-degree. We've got that filler in there. We round out the edge, gives it almost a little taper effect, rather than having this 90-degree stress concentration. It's kind of rounded out. And topping everything off with a nice large piece of 1708 biaxial cloth. And of course, rolling out the excess resin and air bubbles. Nice. This worked out surprisingly well. I wasn't sure how that gap was gonna do. Just trying to kind of dress up the area, and topping it off with some epoxy and fairing filler. And at the end of this, I do go over and sand it down. I don't have any footage of that, but I have a picture of the aftermath. Turns out that when I mocked it up dry, I had the compression post base nice and level, but just during this layup process, it's slightly pitched towards the left. So right now, the right side is higher than the left. Thought I would end up sanding down that right edge in an attempt to level it. As I got down in there, I decided that wasn't a good idea. I'm just going to end up shimming the compression post with some washers, and that'll be good to go. No big deal. At this point, that area just needs some paint. I'm going to wait to paint the whole cabin at one time, and then what I'll end up doing is where the compression post is going to bolt into that wood, I'm going to over drill the holes. There's 4 holes for it. I'm going to over drill the holes, fill it with epoxy and filler. Then once that's cured, I'll put in a pilot, drill a little pilot hole, and then screw into that. That way, there's no chance of water ever coming into contact with that wood. It is in there. It is sealed for hopefully years of service.